Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Game Retro Talk. I'm your host, Actinium12, and we are back at it again. Right now, I'm sitting next to my wonderful co-host, IzzyX92. Hello?
Hi.
Jesus Christ. Damn. 3 hours later. Hi. Anyway, so last time we left off as we were talking about a whole bunch of things. Nonetheless, we were mostly talking about what were we talking about? I don't even remember. At this point, it doesn't even matter, does it? No, because we're going to talk about something else. But don't forget to subscribe and do that notification bell if you so please, to be notified whenever we bring out new videos. Now, going back into the nitty-gritty of things, you know what this channel is about, and you know what we want to do.
Always say nitty-gritty.
Yeah, nitty-gritty.
It's not nitty-gritty.
It's really not, but hey, Jesus Christ, wow.
Fail.
Background Mario, as always, the fail compilation continues.
Does that have Luigi in there now?
Not yet. That will be in the next one. Anyways, so we were mostly talking about gaming. Gaming back in the days, and we're gonna continue on that subject basically because gaming has had such a huge influence on me. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm pretty sure it had a huge influence on you guys as well. Mostly because gaming is such a huge part of our lives now. Certainly with the coronavirus, it's gonna become even bigger because, well, we're stuck at home, and once we're done with work, well, what the hell are you supposed to do? Except,
Bleach.
you know. Oh yeah, watching Bleach. By the way, we started watching Bleach. For those of you who are anime fans and you like anime, hey, we actually tried to stream out actual anime for you guys on the Discord. Unfortunately, that fell down hard because of, well, attendance. Mostly no one really came by because they didn't really have the time. Maybe it's because we chose the wrong timing to do it, but hey, anyways, we love anime, and if you guys want something like that, just you know, just request the Discord, and we're gonna get in there and yeah. Anyways, we're watching Bleach, and Izzy is catching up on the Bleach side. A really good anime in my opinion. Really not the best ending. I'm not gonna lie. I've been spoiled a lot. I actually read the manga. I'm not gonna spoil you guys, but I was not happy with the ending.
I feel like Netflix should finally put all the seasons on.
Yeah, definitely. Yo, Netflix, get on it.
Because Crunchyroll doesn't let you skip the intro.
The intro, yeah. Yo, Crunchyroll, skip button, skip intro button. Now you know. You know what your consumers want. Anyways, so
one consumer. Let's do a panel.
Everyone wants it. Trust me.
Let's do a panel. Write it down in the comments below if you want the skip button for the intro.
A skip intro button. Do you guys want it as well on Crunchyroll or any other site? I don't know if other sites have that. I know that there's a lot of other sites, but I don't know if you know. Ooh, that was nice.
That was me.
I know.
And then this.
When you gotta restart.
And I'm missing it, yeah.
Oh God.
And this time it goes fine. Look, no.
Nope, you missed it again. Anyways, so we were thinking about maybe talking about some stuff that happened when we were young, mostly because, you know, when you're young, your parents don't always want you to keep on gaming. One of those things. Oh God. One of those things
right now is screen time limit.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I mean, it is. Are you osmosing me?
Yes.
Honey. Anyway, look, I get it, right? You don't want your kid to sit in front of, you know, a computer or a console 24/7. I totally get it. That's, you know, that's your parenting choice. You're completely right. But, and here's the thing. And it's something that I've known my whole life. And this is, do you actually give your child chores to limit said time. And that's something that I've always, I didn't have them. I just had homework. I didn't have chores. Basically because whenever I had chores as a kid, they were done out of sheer will. I just went, okay, chores it is. So that was it. Like, hey, I need this done. This needs to be done. My mom would just put it out there in the wild, and she said, okay, the laundry needs to be done Saturday, so I'm gonna go to the laundromat. And if you guys don't know what a laundromat is, it was a place where people could go, and because not everyone has a washing machine and a dryer, you can just go and pay to actually do it.
To this day, we don't have a dryer.
Mm-hmm. So you could just pay, yeah, but we have racks. You could pay a certain amount of money to just, have, access to the machines and do it. Anyway, so...
For us, that was like a monthly chore. Like, we were at 7 people, and you would think that you would do, laundry every week.
Yeah.
No. So, my mom would let it build up for like 6 to 7 weeks and then ask me to do it.
Your mom's horrible.
So we would...
I'm sorry, but your mom's horrible. Like, you don't do that to a kid. You don't let his clothes or her clothes or its clothes pile up for 7 weeks.
So
that's a month.
So the problem was we didn't have
that
many clothes, right? So we would do a lot of sports.
Yeah.
So we would have like a training suit, which would be our general clothing during the week, like even to school.
Gosh.
It's weird, I know.
Yeah.
But so that would be, socks and underwear would run out too after 7 weeks. But after you would do 7 weeks of laundry, you couldn't even close the cabinets anymore because you would have so much socks and underwear.
Yeah, well, still, it kind of sucks. You don't do that kind of. You do that like once every 2 weeks.
We would have like 4 full laundry baskets full of socks.
Jesus Christ, man.
Just socks. I was so happy you had a dryer. Just imagine having to hang that up on racks.
Oh God, I know how it feels. In Brazil, we had cords. Literally cords across the yard.
But that would be one of the chores that my mom would pay for. It would be for every double pair of socks you would get 5 cents.
Oh. Your mom's a horrible person.
No, she's not.
I'm sorry, but yes, she is. I would not pay my kids to do such thing.
You would ask them to do it for free.
Not even. I wouldn't even ask my kids to do it. And if we do, then they would already get paid probably, an allowance, which, by the way, if they want to increase their allowance, they can ask for that. But even then, it's still child abuse, I think, isn't it?
You had a strategy, right? Because you were with so many kids doing that, you had a strategy. You loved the color socks, like the crazy ones, because they were easy to match, so you could get more money. There were strategies.
That's just sad.
There were strategies.
Anyways, so that's something that, Izzy had that I did not have. Like, my mom would just throw out chores like, okay, we're gonna go wash the stuff, and I would go with her and I would do that, and that would be it. And she would go, okay, we need to have the whole, I need to have the dishes done by the end of the day, otherwise no one eats. And I was like, okay, well...
We had a dishwasher, and
we didn't.
Our daily task would be one person would clean it out, and one person would clean it in, and then one person would make the breakfast table, and one person would clean off the breakfast table, but it never worked.
Yeah, well, on our end, we didn't have that, so it was very easy. Someone had to do it. Sometimes I did it, sometimes my sister did it, and then after my sister was gone, I would do it once every month. Basically because my mom was like, you know what? Just go and game, go do something, go read a book. You deserve it. And I was like, okay. But yeah, that was something that my mother never did. Like, give chores to limit the screen time. I think that's not something you should do.
My mom gave chores to limit my book reading time. Actually. Because I didn't get to play a lot. Because we only had one console with 7 people, right? So whenever you had to play, you would have to go from the youngest to the oldest to see if they wanted to play. Even if no one was planning to play, if you asked them, do you want to play?
Mm-hmm.
The likelihood that they say, yeah, I do want to play is very high.
Mm. Well, I was an only child, so I never had that problem.
Well, you had two sisters, but one
Yeah.
was really, really young.
No, one was not even born yet. And then 13, when I was 13, my little sister was born. So my little sister has a 13-year gap.
Yeah, a baby won't steal your console time.
Hmm?
A baby won't steal your console time.
No, it won't. Like, it legit won't.
Aww.
Feels bad. Feels bad. Anyways, here's the thing. Like, even as you know, a 13-year-old, the worst that I ever gotten from my little sister was she would wake us up in the middle of the night. That was it. Like, I would not even get any cries, anything. Sometimes she would, and then she would wake everyone up, but still. And that was something that I don't know. Like, chores were never really a big thing in my life. I started doing them later on, mostly, but that wouldn't limit any of my gaming time, basically because gaming was such a big thing in my life. Like, a lot of people don't know this, but I did, you know, I was a very, very big grinder in terms of MMORPGs. I grinded a lot of MMOs. Some of them not so known as others, of course, but hey, it was still pretty good. And yeah, I don't know. It's been weird because, I mean, my room was always clean. And if it wasn't me, it was my mom, so...
I mean, your room was probably clean because you were so much behind your actual computer that, you know...
Yeah, there was never anything, you know. And even then, like, I wasn't completely under my computer. Like, I wasn't always on my computer. Sometimes I would do other stuff as well. But yeah.
I remember that we grinded Diablo.
A good game.
Actually, one of the few games that I actually played with my parents.
A good game.
Because you could multiplayer it.
I like the story. Not gonna lie, I like the story, but I like the animations that they did more than
I
anything.
saw last time someone on Twitch playing it, and I was like, oh my god, I like those graphics so much when I was so young, and I was like, yikes.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though. Yeah, Blizzard. These days, not a favorite. Not a fan.
Not how they treat their clients.
Not just that. Whatever Blizzard's doing, dude, just don't. they've been going all over the place, and I am not okay with it. Most of the controversy on Blizzard's side is just, you know.
You know, the question is, are we gonna finish this level before the 30 minutes are out?
Probably will. Anyways, now jumping on to the next point, which is, you know, a very, very big thing. How big is gaming a part of your life? How big was it? I know it's a gigantic part of my life since I wanted to make it a actual career out of it, which I am doing right now. But as a kid, how big was it?
So I was one of the few lucky kids that actually had a computer when I was young, when I was 12. So I'm from 1992. So that was 2004. So computers weren't that mainstream by then, right? So it was one of the few birthday gifts that I got, which usually I got like birthday socks or birthday pajamas.
Oh yeah,
right?
I know those. If I got them, I was lucky.
When I had my birthday with my twin sister, they had like the closet thingy for the computer, the frame, and one had the hard drive, right? So they already said, you know, your sister always wants the bigger gift, so she got sort of the closet thingy, and I got the hard drive. Basically, it was the same thing. So we got a kind of a cheap own-built computer because my parents are both IT people. They can build computers, right? So at 12, I already started working, like programming robots and stuff like that because my dad used to do that for a living. So that's sort of also how I got into computering, right? So we would very rarely play Diablo together. Which always ended up with my mom and dad fighting somehow.
Oh, yikes.
But what I mostly played was a shooter, actually. Yeah. It was an online shooter, and somehow I ended up in the French Guild.
Yeah. She did not speak French by then. So
I was okay. I'm not fluent, but I'm pretty good at reading, and I think that's one of the reasons why I'm so good at reading is I was usually on the French forum of the guild.
well,
So it was an
yeah.
online shooter, sort of. I don't think anyone knows it now, but it was S4 League. So I don't think it's still alive. Actually,
Probably died.
I saw last time that it's still online. Let me Google it.
Yeah. All right, I'll let you Google that. While she's Googling that for us guys, it's, you guys already know, it's a huge part of my life. It's always been. My first computer ever, I was already 13, that I actually owned. Like, I could say, okay, this is mine.
It was released in 2007.
2007. That's quite a while.
And it's a third-person shooter genre.
Well, I was already long on the computer.
It's still alive because people are still posting YouTube videos on it.
Honey, 2007. You were way older than 12 then.
I know, but I didn't say I got my computer at 12.
Yeah.
I think I got it when I was 16.
Okay. Well, by then, wow, I was already well known in many guilds and many games.
Because I think I was 16 because I think I was in the 5th or 6th year of high school.
Well, no, it wasn't. I don't think it was.
MSN was still a thing, though.
What? MSN? Oh, God. Anyways, MSN, dude. MSN. Oh, God. That stuff was horrendous.
You at least knew who dated whom by the title of their name. But whenever you whenever you actually wanted to message a person, as soon as they changed their screen name, you had to look for like 20 hours.
Yeah, well, it was horrendous. I didn't like MSN. Very laggy, a lot of bullshitty stuff, and a lot of people messaging me for no reason, wanting me to get a webcam on, and I was like, no thanks. Yeah, no. So, like I was saying, it I don't know, it was a really big part of my life, even as a kid, because my parents were okay with me gaming. They were not okay with me spending my whole time gaming, so I had to learn a lot of things, and I had to do a lot of things.
You also have a few parents that sort of, take online security to the next level, right?
Yeah.
So what I had is I was fiercely bullied, like, in high school and in elementary school. So sort of my online people that I got to know during, gaming were also the people that I would talk to on MSN or another chat program or whatever. And nowadays, some parents, don't allow people to actually interact with guys or girls online because anyone can be anyone, which I do agree with to a certain extent, right? So, I mean, obviously, anyone can be anyone,
which is really bad.
So you need to be safe.
Yeah.
But
don't take it to the extreme, like
especially if you
don't cuddle up your kid.
Especially
to the point where they're not exposed to it ever.
Yeah,
because then they don't know, and when they get exposed to it, they'll fall for like the dumbest tricks in the book.
Especially if you know they're bullied in high school, like you feel.
Most parents don't know.
Yeah, but my parents did.
Yeah.
Or I assume they did, right? Yeah. So, like, don't take their social contacts away. And I think there's a fine line between making sure that your kids have social security or, safe internet sort of, behavior. In comparison to, forbidding it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Like, you cannot forbid your kid from having those things, but definitely, let them experience some of it, because otherwise, like I said, they're gonna fall for the dumbest tricks in the book.
That was dumb though.
Like, literally, like someone's gonna go and tell them, hey, I am a and this literally happens. This is like the most known scam in the world. The Nigerian prince, and I need your credit card information so that I can send you, like, I don't know, 25 million or something like that, right? And that's literally going to happen. and they're literally gonna fall for it. And when they do, your credit card information is the one that's gonna get completely given out. Don't do that. Don't do that. Definitely, go talk to your children and make sure that they're safe and, they don't fall for these tricks. They don't fall for, whatever it is, and that they're safe. But yeah, gaming was a very big, because we sidetracked, but it was a very big thing for me, and it still is, because making a career out of gaming is very hard. For those of you who don't know, you either go into a professional scene, which means you train very hard. For those of you who don't know, most of the big streamers out there, they train insane amounts. And I know that because I'm trying right now to actually learn a shooter.
Well, but if you're lonely and don't really have a lot of friends or whatever, it's a good way of making friends too.
Yeah,
like you
sure.
don't have to give them your name or as soon as they ask
but
you
that's
for
not
your
a
credit
career.
card information. No, but I'm saying it's also a part of your development nowadays. If you just shut out the internet, it just doesn't work.
No, it does not. But still, like I was saying, it affected a lot, not just on my, my social skills, because I was subjected to, very highly social people from the start. It also let me develop some awareness. Like I don't easily get into deals. I don't easily get, people that come to me and ask me, hey, can I have this, and that? I just go, first. Even though I say that, I'm still a sucker. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm still a sucker when it comes to some things. I don't always read people right. Sometimes I get fooled too. Hey, it happens. Such
But
life.
you usually say yes to whenever anyone needs help.
Oh yeah, whenever someone needs help, I'll try to help them. And yeah, so making a career out of things like gaming, right? A lot of the gamers that are out there, the big ones, they train insane amounts. Like, don't get me wrong. Don't think Shroud or, XQC did not train. Don't think that, they spent hours in the game. They spent hours in practice. They spent thousands of dollars on
It's also kinda,
whatever product it is that they
play it
use.
like 8 hours a day when you have the stream, right?
Yeah, and that already helps, but they also have actual training sessions. You gotta understand that a lot of people don't get to, just be where they are at. Certainly in competitions. If you're gonna go into a competition, it's required. Or you're really good at the game, but sincerely, that kind of talent kind of jumps. It's a on and off thing, right? But it's definitely something that, as I've gone.
It's on and
God
off.
dang it. Yeah. Like,
It's on and off.
yeah, on and off.
And that was off.
But as as I'm trying to make this a career, I've been seeing that it's not as easy as it looks. It's definitely not easy to build a community. It's definitely not easy to, make yourself seen and make sure that, you're actually out there for what,
The good reason.
yeah, the good reasons. Because it's very easy to just go out there and just name up someone that's in a controversial thing and just go, hey, bam, this person's doing this. And then get a bunch of retweets and follows and whatnot.
Negativity attracts.
Oh yeah, it does. Now, gaming on the other hand, it does not particularly attract unless you're really good at it, right? And that's something that, I've seen that it truly helps if you train, and the training things are out there. You can always do it. Is it a good thing? Definitely not. Dude, every kid that ever goes and tells me, hey, is this a legit career path? Kid, not gonna lie, don't. I am very lucky to be in a position where I have someone that supports me financially and supports me mentally, because this is not easy. Like, being a streamer, everyone thinks it's push the button and it's done. And all you have to do is sit there and do stuff. Not really. You have to entertain. Now, entertaining people with a legit attention span of 2 seconds is the hardest thing ever, dude. Like, ever. I have seen it happen time and time again, where sometimes I just get in the zone and I'm feeling really good and everyone in chat's feeling really good and then everything's great. But sometimes it just happens that you're not in the zone. And then try to entertain people when you're not. It's a legitimate hassle because you just cannot do it. And it's really hard. So if you want to get in this, make sure that, you pretty much understand that you need a backup plan first. And if no one is supporting you financially, that is it's not an easy thing. Unless you do what a lot of people do, and it's something that anyways, we're not here to bash on anyone. So another thing, because we're talking about streaming and gaming and how it affected us, something else that has affected me recently and something that I think is really important is charity. I think every streamer on any platform whatsoever should always be charitable, because it's basically one of the main things that helps us. Like, you can say it as many times as you want, but every streamer out there lives out of charity at first. It's basically your community saying, hey, we got you. Right? And yeah, you got to give it back. You got to give it back to the right places. Right now, by the way, we are doing charity for Save the Children. Wonderful organization that helps children out on all parts of life. Rather it is to secure them, to make sure that they're not, being affected by COVID, being treated by, medical officials, and that they also get, the security that they need, as well as food and education. You guys should definitely check out Save the Children. Wonderful organization. And and if you guys want to help us out, I'll put a link in the description below so you guys can, just do it. And if you guys want to drop by, the Twitch channel will also be in the description. You can always check out. Right now we're doing Apex. And we're playing a lot of Apex. I'm learning how to play Apex. Very hard game.
Lot of dying.
Yeah, a lot of dying. Sometimes killing.
Failed compilation is upcoming.
Yeah, probably. Probably. Anyways, and that's something that we should definitely do, as all streamers should definitely do this. And if you're thinking about doing this, make sure you're donating to a great cause like this one. Not all causes are the same. Not saying that there's a bad cause out there, but some causes do need it a bit more. But definitely do it, because it's very important and it's something that, we should always think about. Anyways, going from there, now, something else that I really wanted to talk about was gaming then and gaming now. What do you think about it, honey? Like, how did it change? How did it affect you? Because gaming now for me is mostly, it's relaxing, it's my job, but it's also very fun. It's a weird phenomenon for me, where it's both annoying and fun at the same time, because it's my work, and at the same time it's also my relaxation.
For me, it's more I want to play more, so I kind of have, when I was still, kind of forced to buy the games that, someone else wanted to play because friends were coming over or whatever, I have a lot of games that I still want to play, but I do notice that I don't play enough. So as soon as you have like that third camera thing, it puts me off.
Yeah.
So
if you guys don't know, Izzy has an actual trouble with the camera whenever it comes to PlayStation or or anything really. She has an actual problem with, putting the camera on controllers. So she never really knows how to set it up right.
No. Whereas in shooters, I'm actually quite decent. Oh, I hear I lose my Yoshi so often. But yeah, I like how the graphics change and everything else. Like, whenever I now look at, for instance, the old Diablo, I'm like, oh my god, how could I've liked that? Yeah. But I guess I have the same with Star Wars, right? Alright,
so that was it for us. If you liked the video, push the like button. If you dislike it, dislike it. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified when we bring out more stuff. I'm Actinium12. Bye bye.